Well, happy day, my friends. Well, the Olympics are officially over. And as I mentioned last week, there's some incredible stories that come out of the Olympics. One of those stories was in the 1500 meter men's race. Some of the headlines that I noticed said, Olympic record 1500 meter upset. Massive upset in men's 1500 meter. Unreal 1500 meter finish. What was all the hoopla? Well, a man named Cole Hocker, he was an American, he came from behind in the last lap and he edged out the two favorites of the to win the race. In fact, there was one man from Norway and one from Great Britain that, I guess what I understand, that for a few years they have been kind of competing with one another. They were both champions, and yet Hocker watched them, and in an interview afterwards, he made this statement. He said, I noticed that they were kind of looking at each other and competing against each other, and I saw an opportunity to slip by. And not only did he receive the gold and set an Olympic record, but another American received the bronze. Well, I was thinking about that and how they were trying to look at each other and trying to compete with one another, and they didn't have their eyes on the ultimate goal. And sometimes we get to looking at other people and we say, well, I can do as good as they can, or we start competing with someone else, or if they can do it, I can do it. And we kind of are not looking at the end goal, but we're looking at each other and comparing ourselves with one another, and that's not a good thing. I think about Peter in John chapter 21. Jesus told Peter, he said, do you love me? Or he asked Peter, do you love me? He said, yes. And he said, feed my sheep. He said this 3 times. And then Peter looked, after the 3rd time, Peter looked at Jesus and asked Jesus, he says, well, what about this man? And he was looking at John. And Jesus basically responded, he said, you don't worry about him. You worry about you. You worry about yourself. And friends, I want to say, let's not get distracted with what other people are doing, other people's successes or other people's failures, or comparing ourselves with someone else. Let's not get distracted. Let's keep our eyes on the end goal, on the goal that God has for us, to be and do what He has asked us to do, because that's what we're going to give an answer to. How did we do? How did we respond? Were we faithful to the call He gave to us? And let's not worry about everybody else. Well, God bless you. Hope you have a wonderful day. See you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.